the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series fires off for season number 3 behind the wheel of these Xfinity cars. Season number 7 in total. Hope you got your popcorn. Hope you got your drinks ready, because we're going to have one heck of a race here tonight. Track temperature only 72 degrees, so a lot of grip here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, ready to kick things off for the Sin City 160. We're going to get into some trivia later on. Going to ask you a little bit of a trick question. We'll see if anybody out there can figure it out. In the meantime, good to see everybody out there in the chat joining us here tonight. Great to see everybody out there enjoying themselves, and we're going to enjoy some great racing action as qualifying already underway. So what do you say we get rid of that track information and drop some of those qualifying times on you over there to the left hand side of your screen, and maybe we'll be able to drop them down. Looks like we have a little bit of a problem on our end, and there it is, there it goes, dropping that timing scoring over there to the left hand side of your screen. Charles Northcutt, newcomer, fast as all get out in that number 67 Ford Mustang. He's going to sit top of the speed chart. Quick time here in qualifying of 30:24. Todd Cray back in action with us. He's going to go second on the speed charts for the time being. Just about 3 minutes remain in this qualifying session. How about Carlos Ramos inside of your top 5 in qualifying? Kyle Munson rounding out that top 5. Handful of newcomers, so if we chop your name, just let us know. We're trying to get it all worked out next week when we hit the track. But again, back in action here tonight at Sin City, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What a night for racing race fans. Beautiful way to kick off the week. Let's be honest, who likes Mondays? Well, we like Mondays because we get the ASMR Xfinity Series to bring you, and with the music fading in the background, we're going to get a clearer picture of who's going to roll off with that top spot. For the time being, nobody able to touch. Northcutt at the top still. The fast time, 30-24. Todd Cray right there in second. Carlos Ramos third. Marquise Smith right there in fourth. Nick Burlow now rounds out your top 5. And, we're going to call some people out here tonight, but, good to see all the extra credit rolling in for some of you guys out there joining us in the chat. Good to see you all joining us. I'm sure it's going to be well worth it. Very fast track with a big field here tonight. 30 drivers set to start tonight. Sin City 160 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So, my goodness, it's could get rough. Let's be honest, there's going to be a lot of side-by-side racing action through a lot of this field here tonight. And with 30 drivers, it's going to get a little bit busy out there on the track. 28 drivers putting in a time lap, only 2 yet to hit the track. Dave Gage in that familiar PR Taco Palace and Margarita Bar. Chevy Camaro yet to roll off a pit lane. Jake Ennis, newcomer, young man, quick. We'll see how the 25 goes here at his first qualifying effort. And I tell you what, shine a little light on Ennis around the track. There you can see him coming off of turn number 4, back through the tri-oval. 25 across the line, up to 11th with his first time lap with only about 30 seconds remaining. It's going to be hard for him to get this second time lap in, and with the spin, ooh, look at him drift that thing. Don't spin it, don't spin it. No wall, no wall. Ooh, my goodness. I don't think he could have sat a piece of paper between his front end and the wall, but there it is. That's going to be qualifying in a nutshell. Walking away with the first pole position of the night, the 67 of Charles Northcutt. And that's going to do it for us here in qualifying, so we're going to step away for a brief commercial break and trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof
And back trackside after the flyover, after the sponsor breaks, we're ready to roll here tonight for the Sin City 160 drivers currently lined up down in pre-race inspection. You can see a handful of them beginning to line up in their starting positions. We'll get set to head trackside just a handful of moments before everybody's ready to roll here tonight. So what do you say? We go a little closer to the track. Let's take a look at this large field here tonight. 30 drivers set to fire things off here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Gonna be a great night, great race. And, you know, just so you guys out there know, we pay attention. Talk to text. That's how my man was out there at attention and still getting those words out in the chat. You know, it's crazy what technology can do these days. The final few moments before we get set it to roll here tonight, and fresh faces at the front of this field. My goodness, what are the veterans gonna do? How about what we like to call an OG of the series back in action with us, the 15 Ford Mustang of Jeremy Shear here tonight, back on track, back in action. Look for that 15 to come from deep in the field, up towards the front. Everybody running for a championship. Little bit of different circumstances. We'll get into some of that here just in a few moments, but it looks like the entire field ready to roll here tonight. So as you hear the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Walking away with the pole position front of the field, the 67 of Charles Northcutt. Christian Almonte right beside him in that 45 machine. There's Todd Cran. Carlos Ramos back in row number 2. Row number 3, Marquis Smith and Matt Lavallee. Doug Argabright, Nick Burlow making up row number 4. Row number 5 here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Derek Moore and Kyle Munson. Jake Ennis and Ed Hauck back in row 6. Row number 7, Nicholas Wing and Jake Brown. There's Mike DeWalt and Josh McCoy back in row 8. Inside of row number 9 to 5 of Cody Schultz, there's John Timms in the 77 once again joining us for season number 3. He'll roll off 18th. Jeremy Shear back in action. The 15 rolls off 19th. There's Andrew McConnellville. Gavajo. So when he first starting position with Michael Overstreet just to his outside. Zach Miller, Brian Tarnowski back in row 12. There's the rest of your field as the pace car gets set to duck off. We're going to get set to fire things off for the first time. As the music fades, drivers will bring these machines to life, and green flag flies for the first time here in season number 3. 67 out to a good jump early here. The side-by-side racing action all the way through this field, which we can expect for quite some time until these drivers really get settled in. We should see these drivers all over each other. Is this real? It's as real as it gets. Without spending a couple $1 million and losing a few million each and every weekend, this is as real as it gets. iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. It's the original esports platform. That's right, racing action all over the globe in all different sorts of machines, tracks, into the outside wall. The 97 into the outside wall. LT can't be doing that. Quit scuffing up the machine. Looking to the outside. 3 wide, 2 rows deep for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. On the track, my goodness, early action here from Vegas. 88 of Nick Burlow right there in the center. Burlow trying to find his way to the bottom. He's going to do so, but the 97 of Ramos stuck in the middle right now. Meat in the sandwich for Ramos. And as these drivers continue to turn in these green flag laps, we're going to drop that timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Christian Abate going to take the top spot. New race leader at the front of this field. Abate takes the top spot, running that high lane, two very distinct lanes by your race leaders. And now Northcutt going to surge ahead on the bottom of the racetrack. You're going to have to be careful flirting with that high side. Very close to that outside wall, so we'll see how these drivers keep it out of that outside wall, and if they're able to throughout the course of this run. Northcutt leads the field. Abate right behind him with Matt Loveley sitting in third. Todd Cray, Marquis Smith round out your top five. Fastest lap of the race going to be turned in by this man right here, sitting in that number 23 machine. Looking for a way to get to the front. He's got some fast drivers to try to get around. Marquis Smith going to run a 30.52. That's going to be the fastest lap in race trim. Northcutt taking the pole position with a time not too far off of the race trim speed that these drivers are running, and that's just what the draft can do. Tons of racing action all over the field, so we're going to jump around a little bit. Let's head back around that top 10 position. There you can see the 99 of Nicholas Wing, Derek Moore, Josh McCoy. Carlos Ramos right there as well. Ramos starting near the front of the field, dropping back just a little bit now outside of your top 10. Ramos sits in 13th. Taking a look at the 8 of Kyle Munson battling with Mike DeWalt, the 17 machine, and the 8 going to go at it. A plethora of Fords right here. Big words, huh? No, I'm just kidding. About 5 or 6 lined up all in a row right here. 16th all the way to 22nd, all Fords in this field. Highest running Ford driver right now, Charles Northcutt, your pole sitter, race leader. Continuing to show the way around this 1.5 mile speedway. You're watching the Sin City 160. '69 of McConnellville trying to run in on Cody Schultz. There you can see Holt just off in front of him. Munson and DeWalt still tangling with each other. Let's go take a look. Backward slide right now. Tough break here tonight. Early from Las Vegas. No stage breaks. So these drivers going to run this thing on through. Working turns 1 and 2, lap number 9 here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ramos right there, right behind Enos, who hits the outside wall. That's Jake Brown. We apologize. Jake Brown in the 26. Camaro going to touch that outside wall, kick up a little bit of dust, but we're going to keep on going here tonight. Good to see everybody out there to chat as well. Our good buddy, Mr. Muth, that's right, Muth in the booth, checking in with us here tonight. Good to see you out there in the chat, bud. But meanwhile, front of the field, Northcutt still shows the way. The 45 of Abate right behind him. Loveley still sitting in third. Marquis Smith moving up through the field. Smith going to move up one position into fourth, and Jay Guinness, the youngster, the newcomer, rounding out your top 5. Todd Correa going to fall back 3 positions now into the 6th spot. Still green flag racing here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. All 30 drivers going at it, all within about 7.5 seconds of each other. And I know what you're thinking, 7.5 seconds from the race leader to the last place driver. That's a big gap, but not really. I mean, this is a huge field. Let's jump around the track once again, trying to bring you some more of the action around the speedway. We're going to clue in and watch Andrew McConnell as he battles with Cody Schultz. Dave Gage right there as well, the PR Taco Palace and Margarita Bar. Camaro trying to make his way around the track on the high side, trying to get a little momentum built up and fired off here tonight. But McConnellville holding it down on the bottom. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. We've seen that happen a few times, and it looks like the 69 to kick up a little bit of dust. Meanwhile, just off in front of him, how about this battle is still raging on. And here we go, Mike DeWalt, the 17, DeWalt sponsored Ford Mustang working the bottom of the racetrack. Cody Schultz right there with him. Dave Gage trying to make his way around the outside. More contact with the outside wall for drivers in the rear. Brian Tarnowski to make his way by Jeremy Shear. Shear going to fall 8 positions now from where he qualified. Outside of the top 25, now sitting in 27. While we've got drivers all over each other in the middle of this field and in the rear. Drivers up front starting to step away. There you can see Northcutt with a 1 second advantage over Abati. There you see the 45. He's still got a handful of drivers with him. Lobley and Marquis Smith still in tow. And Jake Enos losing a little ground as he battles with the 41 machine. There you can see these guys starting to go side by side with the 41 of Argabright down at the bottom. Enos still holding on to that 5th place position. There you can see Todd Cray working that high line, having a little bit of a rough go here. Cray going to lose 5 positions on this start. Or from where he started, I should say. 16 laps into a green flag run. And these drivers still going at it. We're going to jump back a little deeper in the field once again. Let's go back with the aid of Kyle Munson. There you can see him beginning to separate himself from the next hungry pack of drivers. There's small bee nests all over this track right now. I don't think this 1.5 mile raceway is going to be enough to contain and hold all of the battles that continue here tonight. Less than 100 laps remaining. We'll see who tops the speed charts by the time we wave that checkered flag. But for the moment, walking away in the mid-run right now is Northcutt. Your pole sitter showing tremendous speed. We just had it brought to our attention, Christina. That is probably one of the funniest things I've read on the channel all morning. I mean, besides the one that's right underneath it, Lightning McRamus. I'm going to call him that for quite a time now. We're going to see if that moniker can stick. And why is he driving like Nick DeFries? Oh, man, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. All right, back to the racing action on the track. We're going to run right here with second place runner, the 61 of Matt Loveley, as he's just trying to keep 23 of Marquis Smith behind him. Christian Abati falling a little bit. The Red Mist Podcast, number 45, dropping from that second position. He's going to move back to 4th. And it looks like Doug Argabright making his way up through the field. There you can see the 41 Toyota Camry, Toyota Supra. We're sorry, we are in the Xfinity Series. These are the Toyota Supras. Argabright beginning to close in. Loveley and Smith will switch and swap that second and third position for a moment. Zach Miller going to go by Daniel Jensen for 25th. Brian Tarnowski going by Jeremy Shear for 27th. And there you can see the pass on screen. Argabright down to the bottom of the racetrack. Half a car length advantage as they work their way off of the corner. And here comes Nick Burlow. A door opened, and Burlow looking to step his way through. A lot of action out there on the track here, but as we get 21 laps into this green flag run, we're going to mute the mic for just a moment, and we're going to dive into a little Turn It Up. just a little taste of the action here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We do want to give a big shout out to all the guys and girls putting in all the hard work to place these cameras all around the track and on these cars. Big shout out to all the drivers and the teams allowing us to put some of these GoPros inside of their machines as they race it out here tonight in the Sin City 160, 110 laps around this 1.5 mile track. Who's going to get the job done by the time it's all said and done? Working our way just outside of the quarter-way mark. Driver's going to be looking for pit road. I would expect the next, I would say, let's call it 7 laps. I would say we'll see these drivers begin to really trickle down into pit road somewhere around lap number 33 to lap 37. The front of the field, man, look at this. He is in his own zip code. He's ready to head to the casino here tonight. Maybe we'll find him over there at the South Point Casino. We'll see if our good buddy Brendan Gaughan will allow him to spend a little bit of the money from the race-winning purse here tonight. But we're not going to give this driver the checkered flag just yet. Still a long way to go. And I'm telling you what, there's a few football fans out there that are going to love this paint scheme. And you know what? Gotta do it. Gotta bring it a little closer if we can. How about that? Fly, Eagles, fly. Gotta do it for my good uncle. Has been an Eagles fan since I can remember. And I'm pretty old. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but pretty old. And he's been an Eagles fan way back since Randall Cunningham. There you go. That's just a little insight on how old David the Cave is. Randall Cunningham was the quarterback, the first quarterback I remember for the Eagles. So big shout out and a good look right here. Got Alabama's very own Jalen Hurts as the quarterback. So roll tide with that one. We'll see how they go this football season. But this man right here, 4-second advantage, crossing the start-finish line, lap number 29 underway. And boy, these guys they're gonna need some caution help. Let's just get to it. They're gonna need some help from the man in the flag stand to try to reel this race leader in, Charles Northcutt, in a league of his own. We're gonna jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some more of the action out here. There's Cody Schultz, the number 5 machine, trying to make his way up and around the 00. Cavajo. Kyle Munson making some headway here tonight after losing a handful of positions on the initial start of tonight's race. Munson dropped back outside of the top 15, now up into that 12th position. So a good recovery here during the long run. And really, that's what you need. You really want to have the long run speed. On tracks like this, it's easy to be quick in a short run, but can you carry the car towards the tail end of the run? Continue to make the most speed that is possible. That is where it gets rough. That is where it gets hard. And here you can see, I don't want to call him out on it, but there you can see the 45 down 10 positions now. Started in second, now sitting outside of the top 10. Christian Amati with some issues with the long run pace. 3-car battle a little further up through the field. Let's go right here with the 99 of Nicholas Wing, Jake Guinness, and Doug Argerbright going at it for spots outside of the top 5, 6, 7th, and 8th on the racetrack. Mike DeWalt still sitting in 9th with Todd Crave rounding out your top 10. And let's see, we're gonna take a moment here just to check in to see if we've seen somebody here tonight, and I don't believe we've seen Diener in the chat just yet. Hopefully we do get to see Cousin Jess here tonight. Always good to see when Jess stops by, checks in on her favorite driver, Todd Gray, out there in that 21 Pets for Paradise machine. Multiple-time champion is Gray. We'll see how he deals with the fast newcomers this season. A long way to go. Race number 1, well and underway, lap number 33. On the boards, we'll put lap 34 this time by as Charles Northcutt goes by the start-finish line. Burlow and Loveley going at it here. The 16 of Derek Moore, the Amsoil, number 16 Ford Mustang, sitting right there in that 5th position, rounding out your top 5, but is it a hard-fought battle for the final spot on the podium right here. Burlow and Loveley almost get together. The 16 of Moore going to take it to the bottom of the racetrack and take that position away from the 61. Well, I apologize. That's going to be the 16 and the 61. Reciprocating numbers got me a little bit out of whack, but you know, it is what it is. How often do you think that's going to happen? The 16 in front of the 61. I don't know. We'll quit. We'll quit looking at it. It is what it is. Sometimes, you know, I have my squirrel moments. A lot of great racing action still all over this field. The 45 of Kristen Avanti going to be the first driver to call. The crew chief to call him to pit road. Avanti on pit lane. First round of green flag pit stops as well this season, or have drivers knock the rust off enough to avoid those pit road police and get it popped with a pit road penalty. We'll have to wait to see how many more drivers trickle onto pit road. And here we go, this time by Ed Hauck, Andrew McConnville. McConnville to pit road, so 2 more drivers visit pit lane. Looking through the field, trying to find some battles out there to bring you. We're going to stay right here as Mike DeWalt, Jake Innes, Kyle Munson, Doug Argabright, all going at it. Matt Loveley going to bring his 61 Ford Mustang to pit road this time around. And you know, I'm going to throw it out there. I don't know that the extra credit goes for never mind. We're just going to stop. Well, you know what? Let's have at it. We opened our mouth, so let's go ahead and put our foot in it. I don't know you're getting any more credit for telling them you love them. I'm just saying. Just saying. The lieutenant might be a little mad. If things don't go his way here tonight, you might want to watch yourselves come Tuesday morning. But for now, Carlos Ramos sitting outside of the top 20 in the 21st position of 97. Down 17 positions. A little bit of a rough go on the long run here for Ramos. We'll see if he can get back up there inside of the top 10. Burlow, Moore, and Holt the pit road this time around. Dylan Schultz in the 6 will join him. Side-by-side racing action here between that 8 machine of Kyle Munson and Jake Innes. 25 looking pretty quick here tonight. We see them fast in qualifying. A little bit of a rough go on lap number 2 at Business Podcast number 25. With a little bit of issues in qualifying. Race leader to pit road, Charles Northcutt, Marquis Smith. Down the pit road, new race leader at the front of the field. How about the 99? Of Nicholas Wing. He's going to go to the top of the speed charts, lead a lap here. Give us our 3rd race leader of the night. So it looks like a ton of drivers to pit road this time. Todd Gray, Argabright, McCoy, Timms, Shear, Giuliano. How about Dave Gage? All to pit road here tonight. Big shout out to the 87 of Matteo Giuliano as well. Debut race here tonight for the 87 Chevy Camaro, and he's running pretty well. Mike DeWalt going to take the top spot as Nicholas Wing going to have some issues. He's going to drift up the racetrack, and that's going to allow Kyle Munson to make his way by as well. So our 5th, 4th, fifth, fourth. We'll get it right. We promise we can count. Our fourth different race leader of the evening, and here goes Mad Dash to pit road to Walt Munson Wing, all to pit lane. Michael Overstreet gonna follow him down. Daniel Jensen, Lucas Lyons. For them on pit road, Nick Barrow, Derek Moore yet to hit. Well, they've already hit pit road. How about this? A 2-lap undercut by these two drivers, and they're able to put a little bit of distance between themselves in Northcutt. We're going to have a little look, and it looks like Charles Northcutt playing it pretty conservative coming to pit lane. Gave up about 3 seconds getting on and off of pit road. 2 more in Burlow, and here you go. Front of the field, new race leader. 5th race leader of the night, the 16 of Derek Moore. Going to put his fast forward Mustang at the front of this field. And I do believe you may be right there, Mr. Muth, catching it for us. We do appreciate that. It looks like Mike DeWalt did have some problems getting onto pit lane. He's going to get spun around on the pit lane, get it corrected and headed back in the right direction, but he's going to lose a ton of time now, giving up about 14 seconds with that spin on the pit road. Caution on the track, trouble for the first time, and it looks like Daniel Jensen may be involved in this one. Trouble for the drivers right after the long green flag pit cycle completes itself. What do you say we take a moment and head to our replay? Let's see how it all went down. And there it is out of turn number 4. That's going to be Daniel Jensen. We're going to see if we've got a better camera shot of this one. Let's see if we can go high above the track for the turn 3 drone cam and catch this one. I do believe we've got that one queued up. So what do you say we go back to it? You go up above the track. A little bit of contact between, I believe that is Zach Miller just off in front. The 4 going to get turned into the outside wall. Do a little bit of sideways landscaping. That's going to be some heavy right front damage. And I don't think Jensen's going to be able to get going. So we'll jump back live at the front of the field. New race leader Derek Moore at the front of the field. Burlow right behind him. Charles Northcutt and Christian Abate all stay out on track. Marquis Smith, Doug Argabright, Todd Craig. And a handful of other drivers going to come down pit road. Let's look at this. We got our good buddy Mr. Muth out there, so Roger, help us out with some of this math. Everybody's still going to have to make a pit stop from here. I mean, we had drivers come down to pit road. Lap 42 was when Lyons and DeWalt hit pit road, so that's still only going to be, what is that, 84? Let's possibly say 85, lap 85. They're going to have to visit pit road again. Even if we get that long green flag run, drivers are going to have to make another green flag pit stop. So, I don't know what strategy you can really do, unless you do a little bit of short pitting. Work it kind of road course style. Pit as soon as that fuel window opens up, which would be right around, let's call it lap 70, so about 30 laps from now, which is almost a fuel run anyway. So, I mean, not much strategy out there. Good insight. And see, this is why it's always good to have drivers that make some calls and members that can join in with us and discuss some of this with us. I mean, I don't know about the 2 tires, Roger. I mean, definitely fuel, obviously, you know what I mean? But 2 tires, I don't know. That's going to be asking quite a lot. That's going to be, what, 50-plus laps on left sides? Whew. Could get a little rough. Also under caution for the first time here tonight, under caution for the first time here in season number 3 of the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Want to take a brief moment to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight, enjoying some great racing action live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You're watching the Sin City 160. If you're here while you're at it, tell your friends, tell your family, and join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you're one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of the many sponsors, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So while you're here enjoying some great racing action, remember to drop these drivers that thumbs up. And see, there you go. That's why he's the guru here at Turn 3, giving us all the insight. Yeah, those 4 tires are going to give up quite a bit of time, at least, what is it going to be, at least another 7 seconds or so that you're going to give up. And it looks like we've got some 2-tire takers right now. Drivers that came to pit road under this latest caution, a handful of them taking only 2 tires. Marquis Smith, Cody Schultz, Nicholas Wing, John Timms, Michael Overstreet, all just 2-tire stops. So we're going to get a little look at what some of that 2-tire stop may look like during the course of a long run if we get this long green flag run. A little fresher left, so not going to get a true reading, but we'll get a clear enough picture as we get set to fire things off once again. Pace car lights off. Down into turn number 3, we roll side by side. Derek Moore, Nick Burlow going to start off from the front of this field. Christian Abate with your pole sitter. Leading more, well, almost half of the race here tonight already. Charles Northcutt going to start second car inside lane. Holt and McCoy right there, and Hauck inside of your top 10. Pace car down and away. We're ready to get back underway. Drivers going to make their way to the restart zone, and on the gas, green flag flies once again here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up through the gears and clear of the field is Derek Moore fast. Number 16, Amsoil Ford Mustang has Nick Burlow with the Camaro right behind him, stepping out just a little bit with that right rear, maybe slight contact with that outside wall, as Northcutt going to keep himself in that 3rd position. Christian Abate moves back to 4th. As drivers complete the 2nd lap after the green flag flies, we'll drop that time and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Close racing action right around that top 10 position there. You can see Matteo Giuliano making his way up into the mix. The 69 up 12 positions now. One of your biggest movers of the race is Giuliano. We apologize, up 19 positions now. The 69 of Andrew McConnell up 11 positions. And hold on, we've got to take a look here. Is that an Austin Powers paint scheme on that 87? And it is. It's the gold member paint scheme. Oh my goodness. That's not my bag, baby. If you get it, you get it. We're going to move on. Side-by-side racing action between Giuliano and the Hull. That's going to be for 6th and 7th. Dylan Schultz right there in the 6th machine. Marquis Smith now up to 9th. 2-tire stop for Schultz and Smith, both making some headway. 3 wide through 3 and 4. Do they make it work? Todd Craig going to work the middle of the racetrack. Big moves here on lap number 53. And I'm telling you, there's racing action all over this track. We're going to try to jump around just a little bit. A little bit of a wiggle for the next quick number 6 machine of Dylan Schultz. He's going to give up A little bit of ground through that inside lane. The number 7 Toy Story. Chevy Camaro, piloted by Ed Hauck, making his way towards the top 10 position. There you can see Todd Cray stepping out now back inside the top 10. Cray started from the front, altered and fell through the field during that long green flag run. And now, making his way back to the front, side-by-side racing action just in front of Cray. That's going to be 6th and 7th with Mateo Giuliano and Marquis Smith going at it. A little further back through the field, let's go back here. A lot of two-wide action going on behind that number 7 machine. There's John Timms, Andrew McConnellville, Doug Argabright, Lucas Lyons, and Dave Gage all battling for position. 3 wide once again for a moment with PR Taco Palace in Margarita Bar number 404. And we've got a driver slow down there on the apron. Daniel Jensen in the 4. He's going to rejoin the track. No quick fixes, no fast repairs. Run what you brung and try to get the job done. Jensen rejoins the track, but whoa, we got issues. 69. He's going to clip the 404. They stay in the gas, and we stay green flag racing. How about that? Dave Gage, all but 90 degrees on the track. I promise you it was more than 45. He was completely sideways off the nose on that 69 of McConnellville, but both somehow keep it headed in the right direction. That's what we like to call wrecking without crashing. So a little bit of excitement there. We'll jump back around that top 15 position. There you can see outside lane trying to make that work, getting the momentum built up in his Toyota Supra. There you can see Doug Argabright sitting in 15th, looking for more. Lions, Timms, Argabright still right here, all going at it. Close racing action right behind him. You can see Jake Innes, the newcomer, the youngster out here, trying to get the job done, knocking on the door of the top 15. With a long way still to go. Wrecking in style. That's a new twist. I mean, I like it, but I don't know. I mean, can you wreck in style? Is it doable? I mean, I guess it is. We just watched it happen, so I guess it is pretty doable. Still big battles right here between Timms, Lyons, Schultz, Enos, Argabright, and Hauck right there running in the 17th position. How about Brian Tarnowski, now up 6 spots from where he qualified? Tarnowski trying to make his way to a top 15. Charles Northcutt back to the front of the field. Race leader once again starting to step away. Half a second advantage. Oh, contact for the 41. Argabright going to catch a piece of that outside wall. Wrecking in style and making it look good. I think I'd put them together. I like that. 3, almost 4 wide. A little bit further back, there you can see Argabright and Hauck. And you know what? The sponsor's probably going to get a little mad at us, but hey, we got to do what we got to do. We're going to bring you right back to the track and right back to the action. Looks like Telephone pole hit outside of the parking lot, and well, it kind of threw us for a loop there for a moment, but back on track, back in action right here in the Sin City 160. 110 laps around this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval, nestled just outside of the Sunset Strip here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we said it earlier, early tonight, that we had a little bit of a trick question, and I would say more of a trick situation. Has anybody clued in? Has anybody figured out what it is that's wrong with tonight? We'll leave it out there for just a little while longer. Drivers past the halfway point. We're on the downhill side of things here now as lap number 65 well and underway. Mike DeWalt going to get past Doug Argerbright for the 17th position, as now Argerbright starting to struggle the 41 with issues after touching that outside wall. Looks like Argerbright under fire. The 15 of Shear going to make his way by. And now the 28 of Brian Tarnowski digging on the bottom of the racetrack. The 8 looks to make it 3 wide through the middle. Hot and heavy battle right outside of your top 15. This is a huge battle for a top 20 position. The 41 of Argerbright holding down that final spot inside of the top 20. But here you can see Kyle Munson and Dave Gage making their way back into the mix. McConnellville still not able to recover from the contact. Almost in, and there it is. Jess, good to see you. Good to see you out there in the chat. We've been waiting for you. I'll tell you what, Jess just now joining us out there in the chat, so we're going to go up there to her favorite driver for just a brief moment. There we go, sitting in that second position, battling with Derek Moore for that spot and beginning to reel in the driver that has been lights out fast all night long. Northcutt getting reeled in by Todd Cray. Top 3 slowly starting to pull away from Nick Burlow. The 88 machine sitting right there kind of in no man's land, all alone in that 4th position. Right behind him, a handful of drivers all nestled with each other. There's McCoy, Smith, Wing, Schultz, all running on track. Val Holton, the double O machine, he's under fire, has Lucas Lyons working to the his outside the 25 of Enos, making his way back towards the top 10 position. A great run here tonight for the youngster. The 25 getting the job done. With only 40 laps remaining, what do you say we do a little house cleaning? 30 drivers took to the track here tonight. 30 drivers started here in the Sin City 160. We have still got 29 out there running on track, but only 27 left on the lead lap. Andrew McConnell will be listed as the last driver on the lead lap. Jake Brown in the lucky dog position should we get a caution flag. And Brown going to need a few cautions to get back onto the lead lap, but we'll see how the rest of his night goes. The Juice World 52 working the outside lane. Lucas Lyons trying to take over that 9th position, and he's going to grab that spot down the backstretch. Big run to turn 3. The double O fights back. 3-car battle here for the final spots inside of the top 10, and we're going to jump around just a little bit. What do you say we go back here? Kyle Munson still battling in that 8 Ford Mustang, but Brian Kanowski in the 28. There's Michael Overstreet just off in front. Oh, we got a caution. Trouble on the track. Caution on the track. Lucas Lyons. Whoa. On the track, possibly involved in our latest issue here. So what do you say we cue things up? Do we got a thumbs up on that one? It looks like we're getting a thumbs up by the production team. Let's go check the ASMR replay. There it is, just fighting for positions. And we left that trio just before the contact and just before the problems. There, the brunt of that one is that 52 of Lucas Lyons. We'll take one more look at it here. Then you can see the three drivers caught up involved with this one. That's going to be the 00, the 25, and the 52, all catching a piece of contact, all catching a piece of action here. And that's going to change things up. Things going to get a little mixed up here, and we're going to go right back to the front of the field. New race leader. We didn't see it happen, but new race leader. Tell you what, while these drivers head to pit road to top things off with fuel, they should be good to go to the end. Mr. Muth, what do you got now? 2 tires or 4? I'm going 4 tires, and we're going back to the replay to watch how the pass was made for the race lead. New race leader Todd Gray leads the field to the pit box. Just a good run down the backstretch, and there it is. Gray gonna dive at Pets for Paradise. Kitty Cat going number 21 machine down to the bottom of the racetrack and grab the top spot. Slide up the track. Not a true slide job there, but Gray will across the line out front. We'll see how the rest of the night plays out for Gray now that he has been able to get to the front of the field. Will he continue to lead here tonight? We'll find out shortly as we rejoin the field at the front, and Todd Gray indeed wins the race off of pit road. And see, we finally agree on something. Besides the fact that Dave's going to be pretty much doing all the cooking at Pocono for the 2nd year in a row. I mean, can we agree on that? I'm pretty sure we will. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a fight with that one. The 75 laps into tonight's race. Only 35, I believe, 36 laps remaining here tonight. I thought we may have lost a lap there going by. And I hear you. So, I mean, this is going to be it. If we get that long green flag run, we discussed it earlier, that long run speed, that long run pace. Do you have it? Are you able to have it? We know Charles Northcutt, the 67. He's led the most laps here tonight. He walked away with the pole position. He's got that long run speed. We've seen it on display earlier here tonight. What was it, about a 4-second advantage before he headed to pit road for the first round of green flag pit stops? He's got a lot of speed in that 67, but you can't count out these veterans. They know the tracks. They know the way the cars respond. Will Gray be able to fall back on that experience, that know-how, to navigate his way to the first checkered flag of the season? I don't know about you, but I'm ready to find out. The driver should receive the one to go this time by. The boss man at the flag stand is going to give him the one-finger wave. And our good buddy Travis Smith will cut those lights off, and we'll get ready to go double file. In fact, green flag racing here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway with just about 35 laps remaining here in the Sin City 160. Has anybody figured it out? We're going to give you to lap 100 to figure it out. What do you say? Official race distance, 110 laps around this 1.5 mile speedway. You until lap 100 to figure it out. And if you can't, well, then we're going to have to let you know. tonight's race, tale of comers and goers. We've got a handful of drivers dropping multiple positions here tonight, and we've got a handful of double digits from where they qualified. Josh McCoy up 10 positions, Kavah Holt up 11 positions, Brian Tarnowski up 11 positions as well, 13 spots gained for Dave Gage. So a lot of drivers heading to the front. We'll get ready to get this thing underway. Pace car makes the left-hand turn, and we're ready to fire things off once again here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway on the gas, and green flag flies once again as Todd Gray steps away from the field inside lane, not getting a good restart. The 16 of Moore going to fall behind just a little bit. Nick Burlow right there in the 88, hugging him tight to the bottom of the racetrack. A little bit of side draft going there as now Northcutt back in the 4th position settles in between Burlow and Wink. Marquis Smith losing a little bit of ground in that 23 machine on the high side. That inside lane may be the way to go on these restarts. And how about the paint on that 22, man? Like it. Simple, but slick. Close racing action here as drivers fight for momentum on the track. Everybody looking for a little bit of an advantage as the 5 of Cody Schultz drifts to the high side, trying to get a run on the outside of the 22. Not going to happen. Door's going to get shut off of turn number 4. Single file racing at the front. We'll jump around the track just a little bit once again. Back here with Kyle Munson and Mike DeWalt. Tell you what, we haven't checked in with DeWalt for a while. What do you say we go on board now with the driver sitting inside of that number 17 Ford Mustang? The driver straight out of Illinois, and how about that sponsorship all over the driver in the car. Great turn 1 and 2 there. You can see him keep it right on that white line down there on the inside. And I tell you what, we've got a handful of other onboard camera shots. What do you say we jump around to a handful of them? Doug Argerbright, the 41, one of those drivers that also is carrying an onboard camera shot for us here tonight inside of his Toyota Supra. Argerbright with a great race. Still, he had some contact, significant contact with the outside wall, has dropped a little bit of pace since then. We'll see if Argerbright can break his way back into the top 20, or even the top 15. How about this man right here? Let's see. Making his way back to the front of the field, the Columbia, South Carolina native, looking to get back to the front. He's going to pick up 11 more positions just to get back to where he qualified from, but now back inside of the top 15. And Nick Burlow, the final driver with our onboard camera shots here tonight. Burlow going to work his way off of turn 4 behind Northcutt, sitting in that 4th position. A lot of hungry drivers behind him as we're going to jump back outside of the car and back to the action here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'll drop that time and scoring back to the left-hand side as well. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver just like we do right here in the production booth. And can we get a battle? How about this? I say we're going to have some drag racing at some point in time between some of these drivers. How about we put Burlow up against Ramos? What do you say? We got the Air Force against the Navy. What do you think? I like it. Matteo Giuliano beginning to pick up a handful of positions once again. The 87 was once inside of your top 15, inside of your top 10, but now sitting in that 21st position. Still up 6 spots from where he qualified in this big 30-car field, but Mateo looking to get his way back to the top 15. Burlow still running right here. Nicholas Wing right behind him, and here comes a run from Mark D. Smith on the high side. And how about this dirty air maybe keeping Northcutt behind? This is the furthest we've seen him in the field here tonight. For the second time now, running in that third position, but struggling a little bit to get back to the top spot. Looks like a lot of pace in front of him. The Pittsburgh Paradise Kitty Cat coin number 21 on Todd Gray continues to show the way with the Ames Oil 16 Ford Mustang of Derek Moore right there running in a close second, just about a car length and a half back as Northcutt starting to falter a little bit, losing ground is that number 67 machine. Gonna jump back at the field once again. What do you say we go back here to this battle, the Nesquik number 6. Looking to try to make his way by that 97 of Carlos Ramos, who's sitting in that 16th position. Christian Abati also with a little bit of a rough go here tonight. Started in that second position, now running in 15th. He's going to drop 13 spots here tonight, so a little bit of a rough go for this 45. Oh, we got trouble. We got trouble on the track. Ramos going to go around. Ramos goes around. The 15 involved. Jeremy Shear involved. The drivers will bring it back to a crawl back behind the pace car once again, and here you go. Here comes some race strategy for you. Drivers to pit road. A handful of laps ago, back on lap number 72. Caution flag going to fly here on lap number 88. Do you come get tires? Do you come get fuel? Or do you keep it out there and risk it for the biscuit? I'm not quite so sure. We're going to go back. We're going to check the ASMR replay and see what happened here. And there it is. Contact between the 6 and the 97. They're going to go around in the 15 into the wall, trying to stay out of it. I believe it was slight contact with the outside wall, so Shear may have avoided catastrophe. Oh, it's going to be a little bit more than slight damage. Big scrapes and scuffs down the left side, down the right side of the car. As drivers head to pit road, we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break, pay a few sponsors, and a few of the bills. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You're watching the Sin City 160. Back live trackside here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we've got some gamblers here tonight. Mac Lovely will roll the dice. He will risk it for the biscuit big time. He's going to be the only driver to stay out on track. There you can see that all-tell number 61 Ford Mustang. At the front of the field, showing the way, did not come to pit road. Everybody to pit road. Got to grab 4 fresh Goodyear tires, as we're going to have only 18 laps to go when we see the green flag fly. Field will get the 1 to go signal from the boss man in the flag stand this time around. And there it was. Pace car lights out. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing right here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we are almost to that 100 lap mark, race fan. So let's hear it out there in the chat. What do you got? Do you got it for me? Have you figured it out yet? 8 laps to go, so we're going to try to keep this fresh on our brain when we hit the 10 to go signal. We're going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag, but for now, we'll keep it fired up. Double file down the backstretch as drivers get set for a short run to the checkered flag. And here it is. Here we go. Drivers going to make their way out of turn number 4. Pace car will duck off once again, and we will fire things off to the end of tonight. Fin City 160, 110 laps, the official race distance. There goes the pace car, and away we go. Green flag flies once again. As Lomley got to jump on the gas. Yeah, through the gears. You can see Todd Gray trying to work his way up through the gears. On the bottom of the racetrack, he's going to pull even on entry to 1 and 2. Drag race through the center. And those fresh tires, no match. On the bottom of the racetrack, Todd Gray back to the point. We're going to have 6 different race leaders, with, I believe it is 9 lead changes so far here tonight. Only 3 cautions with a 30-car field. Absolutely phenomenal job out here by the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series drivers. 16 and more going to make his way to the bottom of the racetrack, with 23 and Marquis Smith going to follow through, as well as the 61. Kind of stuck high and dry, and we got a quick caution. Trouble on the track. Trouble on the track. Looks like John Tim's going to have some issues. The 77 with some problems here on the restart. Let's go check the replay. Oh, and there it is. That's going to bring out the caution. 4th caution of the evening. Looks like race officials going to go ahead and throw the caution, allow the 77 to catch back up to the field. As we head back to the front with your race leader, Todd Gray. There you can see the bets for Paradise. Kitty Cat Coin, Monster Energy, MPI, number 21, Chevy Camaro, front of the field. Familiar face at the front, familiar face leading the race. And we've got those veteran drivers right here at the front. Is the experience beginning to show up? Let's make no mistake about it. The man sitting back there in the 5th position for the time being has been class of the field. Charles Northcutt absolutely lights out, dominating the first portion of tonight's race. And there you can see the wounded warrior Mike DeWalt heads to pit road. Carlos Ramos going to come to pit road. Doug Argabright to pit road as well. So we mentioned earlier here tonight, new season, a few new rules for these drivers to follow, a few new rules as far as the point standings and championship is concerned. We're kicking it old school here in season number 3. No championship chase. It's points run all the way through the season. Consistency will be king. If you win a handful of races, but you finish outside the top 20 the rest of the season, or the rest of the races, you're going to find yourself back in the points. So having those solid nights are going to be more beneficial than those race wins. Sure, if you can string together, 5 or 6 wins in the course of the season, you're going to give yourself a shot. But, if you can finish top 10 every single race, you're going to find yourself sitting a little bit more pretty in the point standings than what you may believe and what you may think. So consistency will be king over the course of season number 3 for these ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series drivers. And it looks like we've got another driver to pit road. The 52 of Lucas Lyons is going to come to pit road as the field receives the deuce from the boss man in the flag stand. 2 laps to go. Green flag racing once again here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And I tell you what, it doesn't look like anybody's going to get this, and it's a little bit concerning to us. But nobody able to pick it out through the course of tonight's race. We're going to have 12 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. So we're going to go ahead and give it to you now. 110 laps around the track here tonight is 165 miles, not 160. The Sin City 160, well, it just sounds better. I mean, let's be honest. Sin City 160, Sin City 165. I don't know. The first one just has a better ring, so we thought we'd play a little game with you guys out there tonight in the chat, see if anybody can pick up on it, and unfortunately it doesn't look like anybody picked up on it. So we'll see what we got for you next week. We'll see if we throw you for another loop. Trivia! Another thing involved here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series drivers, when they're able to go with 0 cautions in a race, the next race that they have a caution, they do answer trivia questions under caution. So a little bit, I would say to keep your mind off things, maybe. You know what I mean? Break the ice with the tension in the air at times. We'll see how many 0 caution races we have, how many trivia nights we end up with, but for the moment, we've got 12 laps of racing remaining in the official race distance here tonight in Sin City 160. Todd Crane will lead the field back to the green flag. Derek Moore just to his outside. Marquis Smith and Matt Lomely will start from the second row. Charles Northcutt and Nick Burlow back in row number 3. Josh McCoy, Cody Schultz in row 4 and row 5 for the restart of Brian Tarnowski and Dave Gage. And a good one for Gage, too. I mean, how about that? Up 21 positions from where he started tonight's race. Pretty much shotgun Sally, tail end of the field. And here we go, pace car down and away, and we're ready to fire things off once again on the gas, and green flag flies. Here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 21 going to catch the gears and away from the field, still side by side. For that second and third position, Lavallee right there as well, the 61. Gambling here tonight, and it looks like it might pay off. He should be able to finish inside of the top 10. We'll see how quickly these drivers with the 4 fresh Goodyear tires can dispose of the Alltel number 61 machine. The U.S. Air Force 88 of Nick Burlow looking for some pace. Looking to the high side, looking to the low side. Not going to make a move just yet. As they cross the line, he'll drop that timing scoring. Back to the left-hand side of your screen. Just 11 laps remain here tonight. How about Smith with some speed, battling for that race lead, the 23, looking for that top spot. He'll take second away from Derek Moore, who slides back to third. 67 of Charles Northcutt, nowhere to go, really mired back in that fourth position. Great racing action at the front of the field as Derek Moore drops to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to look for that second position back once again. He's going to make the move this time by the AMSOIL. Number 16 looks for second. Marquis Smith utilizing that high lane. He's going to have the momentum off of 4. Will cross the stripe with less than 10 to go. 9 laps remain here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Craig going to drift up to that high side at 1 and 2, utilizing the banking in the momentum to keep himself out front. But a great exit for the 23, and that's going to put him side by side in the turn 3. And Hauck going to go by Christian Abbasi for that 11th position. Dave Gage going by Loveley for 8th. Doug Argerbright going to make up a position and grab the 17th spot from Andrew McConnell. A little bit back further in the back, we've got hot and heavy battles. 2 wide for the top 2. 2 wide for 3rd and 4th. 8 laps remaining, 7 when we cross the stripe. Still loads of battles out there on track. Looks like Marquis Smith going to give up the fight for just a moment, and just like that, he's going to prove us wrong and drop it back down to the bottom of the racetrack, looking for your race lead. The Toyota Supra battling with the Chevy Camaro on the high side, followed by 2 fast Fords in 3rd and 4th place. Charles Northcutt going to move to 3rd and make his way around Derek Moore. Can Northcutt get up there and pass 2 more cars and walk away with a checkered flag here tonight in his debut race with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series? Great familiar face at the front. Derek Moore as well as Marquis Smith back in action. Very familiar drivers, and here they are once again front of this field battling for a checkered flag. Now, hi, how are you? 5 to go from the flag stand. The boss man from the flag stand going to give these drivers 5 laps remaining here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway in a big run. Turn 1 right there, you can see that Eagles number 67 close in right on the tail end of the 23. A little bit of a rough exit there for Northcutt, as now Cray keeping it a little bit lower through 3 and 4. We'll have 4 to go across the line this time by. Zach Miller and Michael Overstreet going at it 16th, 17th. Look at this Miller machines back here. We said he may be able to walk away with the top 10. But Loveley gonna fall outside of your top 15. Those old tires are really showing up late in this run. Doug Argerbright right there running in the 15th position. Good recovery for the 41. Will cross the line with 3 to go this time by. Your top 4 stepping away to just about a 1 second advantage, but only a half a second separates first from fourth. We're going to head to the front and watch these battles. Oh, contact! Contact! Contact between Moore and Northcutt. Oh, up the track comes Moore. Woo. Wrecking in style and making it look good. Popsicle sticks on display for race leader Todd Cray. Just 2 laps remain here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Under 3 miles of racing left here tonight under the lights. We started in the sun. We're going to end it under the lights. And here we go. Cray back down to the turn number 3. Marquis Smith right there. Charles Northcutt way back in 3rd. Now it's going to be a battle between Cray and Smith. White flag flies. Final lap here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Todd Cray looking to capture The checkered flag for the first time here in season number 3. Adam 2 for the final time. And down the backstretch, Marquis Smith within 2/10, really pack it into turn 3. Not gonna get there, not gonna happen. Todd Craig gonna work his way off of turn 4, and Croy is your race winner here in the Sin City 160. Marquis Smith comes home in second with Nick Burlow passing Charles Northcutt for that final podium position here tonight. Contact between Northcutt and Moore took them out of contention for a podium finish, but how about the drive by the man inside of that number 21 machine? Absolutely looked like he was down and out earlier here tonight, but Todd Cray able to walk away with the race winning performance. Got to the front, stayed at the front when it mattered, and he's going to walk away with that race win here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So as Cray stops on the front stretch and gives all the fans in the stands a photo opportunity, getting ready for some celebrations, we're going to step away from the track and get set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Sin City 160. What a night. What a race. What a way to fire things off here for season number 3 with the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. The Sin City 160 now behind us, and we're going to dive right into it. We're going to see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the drivers that walked away with podium positions. Up first on the list, let's head down trackside with that 88 of Nick Burlow. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Yeah, I got you, my man. Heck of a race, heck of a finish for you. Up 5 positions from where you qualified. Good way to start off the season. How you feeling after the fine run?
I feel great. I ran a lot better than I was going to. I thought I was going to sit there around eighth to 10th most of the race, but I don't know. It seems like people weren't the best at taking care of their tires, and I was kind of able to run people down late in runs. So that was where I was more effective. But those yellows, more prominent yellows towards the end, kind of changes up a little bit, changes the dynamic. But it was fun, and thankfully those two guys in front of me got into it with 3 to go and allowed me to get up in third. But other than that, it was a fun night.
So a new season here, Nick. You're one of the familiar faces, seasoned veteran here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Series. Whether we're in the trucks or the Xfinity cars, well known to a lot of the fans out there. But some things a little different here in season 3. The championship chase thrown out. It's just the championship season all year long. Can we get your thoughts on that and how you're feeling about having to run from the beginning all the way to the end as far as points are concerned?
I like it. I don't like the new way of the playoffs because I mean people can have bad luck in one race and it ends your whole season. I mean I don't like that whole threshold. I mean the whole points being the ultimate decider kind of affects me because I'll be gone for 4 weeks here coming up soon, so it takes me out of it completely. But it makes it to where I really don't have anything to lose at this point. I'm just here to have fun to this season. Hopefully, be a contender next season.
Well, Nick, yeah, I know you said you're going to be gone for about 4 weeks, but I mean, if you can string together podium finishes, even though you're going to miss a handful of points within those 4 weeks, consistency may end up being your saving grace, and I wouldn't count yourself out too early. That U.S. Air Force number 88 machined fast pretty much wherever it unloads. So again, congratulations on a podium finish to kick things off here in season number 3 with the Xfinity Series. Before we let you go, though, and head to the casino tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yep. First off to Ed Hout, awesome paint scheme. Changed up this year. I'm digging it. Big shout out to you. Always good broadcast. Looking forward to going back and rewatching it. And just a big shout out to the team or to the league. It was fun racing with everybody. It was pretty, from what I saw, pretty respectable racing. It was some of the longer green flags runs we've had at Vegas in this league. So I appreciate that from everybody. It made it more fun.
All right, well, Nick, again, congratulations on starting season number 3 off on the right foot, walking away with a top 3 in a podium position. We hope to see you back again next week, and maybe we can talk again. But until then, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away in third. You heard him. Likes the new point system. Thinks he's going to be in a little bit of trouble because he's going to miss a handful of races. But if Burlow can string together podium finishes, I think he's going to have a lot better opportunity than what he's given himself credit for. Always fast behind the wheel of that 88. We'll see when we talk to Burlow again. And that's going to move us right along the list and right into the second position. What do you say we go up here and have a few words with the man that walked away with the second place finish here tonight behind the wheel of that 23 Toyota Supra Marquise? It's Dave. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you feeling after a solid way to kick off season 3? Going to walk away with a podium. How good's that feel?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I'm not the biggest fan of Vegas, and Todd's kind of the last person I expected to be mixing it up with here.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say don't be down on yourself or well, give yourself a little more credit, man. Yeah, I mean, absolutely lights out speed here tonight. Your lap times, very, very close to Cray's actually, and your fastest lap was faster than his as well. So there's a lot of speed built underneath the hood of that 23 and a lot of skill behind the wheel. So you mentioned. I'm going to transition real quick. You mentioned not a fan of Vegas. Is it just this track, or is it the 1.5s kind of in general?
It's kind of just this track. This track's real weird because it's like a mile and a half, but it seems like no matter what time of day you come here, there's so much on throttle time. It's hard to really work anyone over for a pass. So it gets kind of hard to get real racy like that and make something happen.
Yeah, a lot of draft has to come into effect, and you kind of have to pick your pass a lap or two before you actually attempt it. So I know what you're saying about this track being one of those. You're on the gas so much, unless you have an issue, it's going to be kind of hard to gain positions here and there. But you were able to pick up a handful of spots from where you qualified back in the 5th spot to finish in 2nd. So you were able to miss some carnage out there. You were able to gain some points in some positions. Looking at the course of this season, is there any track, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, so if you don't want to answer, just say, I plead the 5th, and we'll be good with that one. But out of the course of this season, is there any particular track that maybe you have circled as like, I don't know if I'm going to make it to that one?
I'm not sure, really, to be honest with you. I was kind of on the fence about this one, but honestly, probably June 12th at Texas. That's another track that's kind of low on my list of tracks that I like.
Well, Texas can be a beast of its own, and especially the newer laid out and configured Texas Motor Speedway. There's a little bit more speed built into that track, a lot more wider racing surface. So I can understand I don't want to say the no love for Texas, but it's one of those that if you skip it, your points are gonna take a hit, but maybe your pride won't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Marquise, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of race number 1 here in season number 3. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home watching or at the race shop?
Everyone who puts on this league, it's a really fun group of guys. They built a really good community here. Todd for racing so clean. That could have gotten dirty a couple times, but Todd has a lot of respect on the track. Mishmash Gaming, EE Sports. They're kind of the group that I hang with. I guess I'm not really on their team roster for this season, but they're kind of the people I prefer to run around.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. We hope you follow it up the next few weeks with more podium finishes and the opportunity to talk to us here in the post-race show. So again, congratulations, and as always, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. The driver out of Spokane, Washington, getting the job done down here on the Delights at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Marquis Smith going to finish in 2nd. And that's going to move us right along the list and right to a familiar face, back to his winning race and victory lane to kick things off here in season number 3. Todd, man, how you feeling?
Yo, Dave, feeling pretty good, buddy.
Been
Feeling
a
real
minute.
good, yep.
Been a minute, but I mean, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, man, feeling good, Just kept some of that momentum from last season, and yeah, man, just came out and didn't have a very good start there. Took some damage early on. I think lap 2, guy got in the wall there, and we took a 4X early, so we faded. So didn't really was really just looking for a top 10, and yeah, then the way the race kind of rolled out, and yeah, it took some tires there when I got some fixed up when I fixed the car up, and yeah, was able to get off sequence a little bit there and run up to the lead, and yeah, we all got freshies a couple times there, and yeah, man, just fresh air, I guess, and man, the guys were running tough. Good clean racing as usual here. Yeah, what a great victory. I mean, Marcus was running strong there. I know Derek was running strong, and it's like Nick and Charles. I mean, everybody. Like, the top 5 guys were really tough. So, yeah, man, we had to drive hard tonight.
Well, down at that restart with about 12 laps to go, as you mentioned, you and the 23 were going at it. At any point in time, were you worried that there may be a little bit of contact to get that first race win?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
love the honesty.
yeah, I mean, it's the first race, so we're all a little ready to go, and you know, a little contact there is certainly in line. Like I said, Marcus kept it nice and clean, and I was able to keep it going there on the high line. But man, he was pulling hard down low, and yeah, it was just again, I just didn't think we were going to be able to make it to the end like that. We were down on some RPM, but I appreciate the guys keeping it clean. What a great opening night for the league on a whole with this many guys coming together. Run a darn good race. I hope it was fun to call.
Oh man, it was an absolute blast. There was battles and action front of the field all the way to the back. It was absolutely wonderful. Had the chat jumping off as well. Cousin Jess checked in as well, so shout out to her. I know you're probably going to get to that here in a moment as well,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
man, heck of a way to finish the start of season number 3. Back to the winning ways, back to victory lane. Before we let you go, you know the drill. We're going to step back, and the mic is yours.
Yeah. Well, you know my boys here, ASMR, Team Taco with Dave. You know, really putting on a good show here, and my buddy Squeaky and Clark as my teammates here. Look forward to having Clark back next week. He was MIA this week, so out of town. But yeah, of course, Jess, Trixie, Pets in Paradise, Sassa Motorsports. Um, yeah, I'm a little tongue tied here right now for some reason, but I guess the first one of the season. But you know, you guys for putting on the show, and yeah, man, we'll just be ready to come back at it next week and you know, have some more fun.
Well, you knocked the dust off on the track. We're going to knock the dust off in these post-race interviews. We promise it won't be the last time we talk to you. So, Todd,
Yep.
again, congratulations. And as always, it's been a pleasure, and stay safe and keep it
Yeah,
fast.
buddy. All right, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, there he is, back to the point, back to victory lane. Todd Craig going to pick up the first checkered flag here in season number 3 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, the Pets in Paradise Kitty Cat coin number 21. Back to victory lane, and what a night, what a race. Season opener, over 30 drivers in the field. We finished tonight's race with 28 drivers still on track, with 26 still on the lead lap. Absolutely lights out, amazing performance from everybody on the track. Absolutely phenomenal race here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Man, I don't know that it gets much, much better than this. Race number 2, you got your work cut out for you. As the producers hit those buttons in the background, you know the familiar sounds. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Sin City 160. Walking away with that top spot in that 21 machine, Todd Craig takes the checkered flag. Marquis Smith going to come home in second, with Nick Burlow finishing out your podium here tonight. 67 of Charles Northcutt going to win the pole position, going to lead the most laps, but finish back and forth, finishing out your top 5 is the 16 M's Oil Machine of Derek Moore. Brian Tarnowski comes home in 6th with Dave Gage, parking that PR Tacos Palace and Margarita Bar. 404 Camaro back in the 7th position. Biggest mover of the night, up 23 positions. Dave Gage walks away 7th. Josh McCoy back in 8th with Christian Avanti making his debut tonight. He's going to finish in 9th with Ed Hauck, rounding out your top 10. Kyle Munson home in 11th. 12th place belongs to Cody Schultz. Mateo Giuliano back in 13th. Kamal Holt in 14th. Doug Harder-Bright walks away 15th. 16th tonight, the 39 of Michael Overstreet. The OG of the field, the ASMR veteran, Jeremy Shearer, going to finish in 17th. 18th tonight belongs to Zach Miller. Matt Lomley going to walk away in 19th. Jake Enos going to make his debut in the 25. He'll finish in the top 20. Dylan Schultz, John Timms, Andrew McConville walks away in 23rd. Carlos Ramos back in 24th. Nicholas Wing comes home in 25th. Jake Brown in 26th. 27th tonight to Mike DeWalt. Daniel Jensen, early trouble, but he will finish in 28th. 29th tonight belongs to Lucas Line. And Joe Wormter finishes out the 30-car field. Well, that's going to do it. That's going to be all for us here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What a night. What a race. If you haven't already, remember to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell on the right-hand side. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in turn 3.